Today, we're diving into something we all love, but maybe know we should be a little more careful with: sugar. We all know that feeling, right? You take a bite of a warm cookie, a piece of chocolate, or a donut, and instantly everything just feels better. But have you ever stopped to think about what's actually happening inside your brain during that moment of pure bliss? It's not just your taste buds having a party. It's a full-on chemical reaction. So let's break it down. When sugar hits your tongue, it sends a signal straight to your brain's reward system. This system then releases a powerful neurotransmitter called dopamine. Dopamine is often called the feel-good chemical, and for good reason. It's the same chemical released during activities we find pleasurable, creating a sensation of satisfaction and happiness. Your brain essentially says, "Wow, that was great. Let's remember this and do it again." This is a fundamental survival mechanism. Our ancestors needed to find high-energy foods, and a sweet taste signaled that a food source was packed with calories. So, our brains are hardwired to seek out sugar. The problem is, back then, sugar was found in things like fruit, which also contained fiber and nutrients. Today, we have access to highly concentrated forms of sugar everywhere, and our ancient brains haven't quite caught up to this modern reality. The more sugar you eat, the more dopamine gets released. Over time, your brain starts to adapt to this constant surge. It's a process called neuroadaptation. Think of it like listening to loud music. At first, it's really intense, but after a while, you get used to it, and you might need to turn it up even louder to get the same effect. Your brain does the same thing with sugar. The dopamine receptors can start to become less sensitive, meaning you need more sugar to get that same initial high. This is where the craving cycle begins. Your brain remembers the intense pleasure that sugar provides and starts to actively seek it out. This isn't just about a lack of willpower, it's a genuine biological drive. When you see a tempting dessert, your brain's memory centers light up, recalling the dopamine rush. This triggers a craving that can be incredibly difficult to ignore. You're not just fighting a desire for something sweet, you're fighting a well-established neural pathway. But the effects of excessive sugar don't stop at cravings. Have you ever experienced that mid-afternoon slump after a sugary lunch? That's the crash. After the initial spike in blood sugar and dopamine, your body releases insulin to manage the glucose. This can lead to a rapid drop in blood sugar, leaving you feeling tired, irritable, and unable to focus. Your brain, which relies on a steady supply of glucose for energy, suddenly finds itself running on fumes. This roller coaster of energy spikes and crashes can seriously impact your productivity and overall mood throughout the day. Over the long term, a high-sugar diet can have even more significant consequences for brain health. Chronic overconsumption can contribute to inflammation and oxidative stress, which can damage brain cells. Studies have linked high sugar intake to impairments in memory and cognitive function. Essentially, what started as a simple pleasure can begin to interfere with your brain's ability to learn, remember, and think clearly. It can even affect your emotional regulation, making you more susceptible to mood swings. Now, I know this all sounds a bit daunting, but here's the amazing part. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. This is called neuroplasticity. You can actually retrain your brain to be less dependent on sugar and find pleasure in other things. It's not about completely eliminating sugar forever, but about finding a healthy, sustainable balance. The goal is to regain control and make sugar a deliberate treat, not an unconscious habit. So, how do you do it? One of the most effective first steps is to reduce your intake gradually. Going cold turkey can be tough and might lead to intense cravings and a feeling of deprivation. Instead, start by identifying the biggest sources of added sugar in your diet: soda, sweetened coffees, processed snacks, and begin to swap them out. Try sparkling water with a slice of lemon instead of soda, or snack on a handful of nuts and a piece of fruit instead of a candy bar. As you reduce your sugar intake, your taste buds will actually start to change. Things you used to find normally sweet will begin to taste incredibly sweet. A simple apple or a handful of berries will provide a satisfying burst of flavor. You'll also want to focus on incorporating more whole foods into your diet, things rich in protein, healthy fats, and fiber. These foods digest more slowly, providing a steady release of energy and helping to keep blood sugar levels stable, which in turn prevents those intense cravings. Remember, it's a journey, not a race. There will be good days and challenging days. The key is to be kind to yourself and focus on progress, not perfection. Every small change you make is a victory for your brain health. You are literally rewiring your brain to prefer healthier habits, and that's an incredibly powerful thing. Thank you so much for watching and learning about this fascinating topic with me. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content on how to optimize your health and well-being. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next video. See you next time.